right, the intro music. Mike was not near my face.
Yeah, you got to do it again.
And we're back. I'm not doing it again. One take, that's all it takes. Welcome to another episode of Beard and a Half Movie Reviews. And for those of you that are just listening, you are missing out because we're back in the studio. No more audio only, at least this week. It could happen in the future. We don't know.
We don't know.
But we're here.
We're queer. Get used to it.
Not queer.
We're not, but sorry.
That's the only thing. Also, I'd just like to point out, when I arrived, I changed shirts.
Yeah.
Where'd you get the idea for your shirt?
Well, I saw you.
Changed after me. Yeah.
No, I mean, in fairness, hold on. Let's back up here. I was wearing this all day, but buttoned up.
Oh, that's true. Okay, I didn't realize it was the same shirt. You're right. You're right.
But like, I saw what you were
more,
doing,
yeah.
And then I took it off, and I was gonna wear something different because hair and makeup was like, you need to put on something different.
I know.
And they were like, you can't look like Garrett. And I was like,
Janine, dude.
Watch me.
Guys to tell us how to live our lives.
So, and we didn't even get face wipes today. So, like, if our faces are oily, that's on Janine.
Hey, it's hot where we're at. Freaking Missouri.
It's like 60
hot.
degrees in the house.
It's yeah, but I was working outside
Outside
most of today.
hot.
Dude, I could feel the sweat just dripping down my titties, down to my freaking belly button. Like it was.
So
just
there I
going.
was, barbecue sauce on my titties.
Let's just before we start, let's talk about why we haven't been here in forever.
Close up on Garrett, please.
Why haven't we been here? Oh, you want me to talk about it? We haven't been here in a while. We have been working, dude. We've been working. I had my birthday.
Happy birth, miss.
I turned 29. I know.
What's it like to almost be middle age?
Dude, it's like it's bad.
Quarter age?
It's bad. I didn't even want to do anything for my birthday. I took off from work 5 days and I did nothing.
It was nice though.
Absolutely. I did watch something. Oh my God, I'm so happy I remember this. I watched a movie on Hulu. One of the best movies I've ever seen before. Okay. It's a magic movie. Now let me
Magic Mike?
Let me explain. Okay. It is a movie. If you have Hulu, put this in your watch list right now and then come back to us. If you have Hulu, get on there, look up the movie In and of Itself. What's that called? Thing?
The apostrophe or the
No.
semicolon?
The like H&R block. That little fucking
The and sign?
Ampersand.
I think that's a different one.
Anyways, in and of itself, it is it's like an hour and a half long, maybe an hour and 45. Dude, it is such a good movie. I had heard about it. Somebody told me to watch it. I was like, magic? I don't know. So it's not like a magic movie. He is a magician. I can't remember his name. I could probably look it up. In fact, I probably will while I'm talking. He is a magician, and he does an interactive remembered.
Okay, cool.
Anyways, I'm using Tyler's laptop.
It just doesn't recognize your
come
face.
Prepared today. Dude, what is that called?
Pornhub. It's a different movie that I watched last night.
He is a magician. Derek Delgado. We're just gonna say that. Derek Delgado. Okay, he is a magician. He has a movie. It's a show he throws, or he does not throw. Throw that fucking show.
Just fucking yeet it.
He's in New York, and he has this show. It's a live show he does, and it's an interactive kind of theater show kind of thing. Not really like super interactive, but he interacts with the audience. They're part of some of the tricks and stuff like that. But I can't really say too much without giving it away, and you definitely need to watch it without anybody telling you really what it's about. But it is so good, and it is so much more than magic, and I literally bawled my eyes out 2 times during that movie. 2 times. It's so good. I love magic and stuff like that.
Right.
And he is amazing at magic. I will kind of spoil this one part. He does this amazing card trick, and it was super cool. I have no idea how he did it. I don't know how most people do magic, but regardless, super good movie. Super good. If you haven't seen it, go see it. I absolutely loved it. Like I said, I bawled my eyes out. Got me very emotional. So that happened whenever I was out of work. Besides that, dude, nothing. I chilled. Tyler worked. I chilled.
Dude, I worked so
I was
much.
sat at home so much, dude.
Also-
I started getting like claustrophobic and shit. I just had to go outside and just stand there,
Let's
get the sun on me. It was bad. But anyways,
I deleted my tab that I had open.
that
So
happened.
not only was just on the apology train, not only Garrett was off, and so I kind of just let him vegetable. We were gonna do the podcast last week as an audio only, but then he was like, you know what? I'm gonna get off work. I'll just come over. So I was like, yeah, fuck it, dude, let's do it. But was
here
totally
we are.
okay with just doing an audio only. But 2 weeks ago, I was out of commission, allergies.
Oh
just-
yeah, you were sick, and
dude,
everything.
I was
I
sick.
forgot about that.
I was
yeah,
sick for 4 days straight,
We're sick.
and I slept on my bathroom floor for 2 of those days trying to break a fever. And
I do what you got to do.
once I finally did, I got in bed, and then I was just binge watching TV shows and stuff like that because I didn't want to ruin my sleep cycle. And I feel like that's the worst thing in the world when you're sick and you
Yeah.
just have to fucking stay up and just endure through it.
And now, like 5 days off, I was off work. I fucked my sleep.
Yeah,
I've
no,
had shitty sleep the last like 3 nights, man. I
would
just
imagine.
cannot fall asleep at night.
That's you have restless leg
had
syndrome. Do you
to-
wake up and your legs are just fucking kicking?
No, because like I've read that like the number one way to combat that without like medicine and
Jerking off? Really?
apparently a lot.
For restless
know-
leg syndrome?
Yeah. I know Chris D'Elia.
What if you're a
talks
woman?
about it in his podcast.
You
Congratulations.
just
fucking get
just
it.
flick the bean a little?
I'm just trying to fucking sleep. No, but
Like-
yeah, I heard that. So I mean, there's no way I have it because I mean that's just like a regular thing,
I do that like 3 times a day, so I
Yeah,
should be
so
sleeping like a
if
baby.
I had reckless leg syndrome, yeah,
Reckless.
we're going with that.
You just
If
fucking
they're just
flail them
fucking-
around.
they're just all over.
You know
the
how
place.
Elvis like walks around on stage with his legs just kicking
It's
everywhere?
reckless leg syndrome.
Yeah,
exactly. Yeah. So if I had it, I'd be asleep all the time.
Watch out
But-
now. Ew.
Regardless, no, yeah. I last night what I did to fall asleep. My kid has children's melatonin gummies.
My boy's
Dude,
he pops 8 of them and just
Yeah, I took 4 of them because the recommended dose for like her age is like 2. Yeah,
Yeah.
so I just like doubled up, even though I'm like triple her size. I was like, I
There
also don't want to like, I don't know.
Yeah, I'm so
I
glad
don't
you
wanna
mentioned
pass
that.
out for like hours on end.
So I bought adult melatonin probably
It really never needed it.
it was a while ago, but like I was having trouble like staying asleep, not going to sleep. Didn't
Yeah.
realize melatonin's more for just going to sleep.
Yeah,
So
it'll knock you out. Dude.
oh well,
I did sleep last night.
So the adult one is like 20 milligrams or something like that. I don't
I
remember.
was to say I don't know the milligram.
Don't know. But the ones that I got, I'm pretty sure were 20 milligram gummy. Just that way I didn't have to take pills, but I could choose some gummies. One day, forgot that those were gummies. I thought they were like the vitamins, the chewable vitamins.
Did you choke on it?
No.
Oh.
So I had chewable vitamins, just like the gummy ones.
Oh.
Bottles are right next to each other.
You're just like for a week straight, just popping vitamins. Like, why the fuck can't I go to sleep?
So for the longest time, I was trying to go to
It's like
sleep.
energy vitamins.
For the longest time, I was trying to go to sleep, but I was taking melatonin, or I was taking vitamins.
you
instead
wake
of-
up every day before work and you take melatonin.
and then you fucking, and so I'm so fucking sleepy. So
I don't
while
understand this.
I was sick, I noticed that I've been taking the wrong vitamins.
That's awesome.
And so that's why I always wanted energy drinks, is because I was so fucking tired in the morning after getting 8 hours of sleep.
Just fucking pounded melatonin every day.
So I would take like 2 melatonin every morning for my recommended gummies because I thought they were vitamins. And then I would take an energy drink to
funny.
work because I was always tired. And like during
You
my
take,
sick
like,
time,
2.
I look at it and I'm like, I've been doing this wrong for so long. And I'm like, this is why I'm always so fucking tired.
That's
So,
hilarious.
I threw away the melatonin.
You
and I
just
just
said,
like,
fuck it.
well, I can sleep fine because I thought that like it was like that like the sugar pill effect, where you think it's working.
The placebo
The
effect
placebo
or whatever.
effect.
Yeah.
So my ass has just been taking vitamins and sleeping like a baby,
That's funny.
and then taking
At
melatonin
least
in the
you were
morning.
still taking your vitamins.
I mean, wrong day, wrong time, wrong everything.
But It's all good. Hey, it worked out.
It worked
You're better.
out.
We're here. I had to remember his code again because once again I forgot my own laptop. That's okay.
It's okay.
It's nicer.
It's a really
I can touch it.
I like drawing on that one more than I do my iPad, but I mean, I also just have my pen conveniently on me. But I realized that you don't have to charge them by plugging them into iPads. I can buy a charger for that separately. Didn't know that was a thing,
I don't have an iPad.
but
I'm lame.
it's okay. It's okay.
Anyways,
It's been a little bit, so
been a little bit.
we're
yeah.
trying to catch up with you before we get into the movie.
Prepared. I couldn't even find my freaking podcast notebook. My house. I looked for it everywhere. Yeah, this is on a regular piece of paper.
Thought you might have just like left it here or something.
Nah, I don't know where it's at. It's in my house somewhere.
I bet it's in your car. Just like it's been waiting. It's all dusty now, just waiting to come back. Come back to the studio.
I started thinking. I was like, "What? In my car? No, I don't think it is.
Could be. Who knows?
I don't care. I got it.
Anyways,
Got
episode
the notes
18.
and everything. This is episode 18.
18.
What movie are we doing today?
Damn.
Yeah.
I already
Okay.
forgot.
It's The Unbearable Weight of Massive Talent. Now I've been waiting for this movie.
No.
I don't. Let me explain.
I'm gonna
let me
fight
explain.
you.
Let me explain. Okay.
Tell them the truth.
You've been trying to tell me to do this movie for probably about 2 months now. The issue why I didn't want to watch it, why I took my time, I didn't think it was gonna be that good.
How dare you?
Because answer me this: is Nicolas Cage a good or a bad actor?
He's a great actor.
He's been in just as many bad movies as he has good movies, though.
And that evens itself out just perfectly.
It's a reference to Community. There's an episode where they have a teacher that
I'm just saying.
and he asks, and everybody goes, and Abed goes, and anyway, so. No, I do think he's a good actor. He has made very shit choices in movies as of late, though.
I will admit that, Nic Cage, after National Treasure 2.
Spiral of.
Yeah, after National Treasure 2, it seemed like just indie flicks is what he did. And then, like,
pretty
it was
much,
like anybody that was willing to pay me, like, $500,000 to do this movie, I'm in. But
it's one of those things. It's like, I just feel like he was getting burnt out, Instead of just like stop doing movies, he was just doing so many that I feel like it was affecting obviously his acting. I don't know. I haven't watched a lot of his new movies just because you see him and you're like, that's gonna be shit, dude. I don't even have to see anything to know it's gonna be shit.
I think 2019 the Five Nights at Freddy's one that was with Nic Cage in it.
Oh yeah, but it was called something different. But
yeah.
The same plot line. But he didn't even talk.
He didn't talk in that movie.
Yeah.
But like,
I heard Mandy was good, but I didn't watch it.
Honestly, one of the best Nic Cage movies since 2000 and I don't know. I would say it's better than National Treasure, but I feel like a lot of people would fight me on that.
National Treasure is not my favorite Nicolas Cage movie. Is that your favorite Nicolas Cage movie?
No.
National Treasure?
No, I don't want to be called out like that. No. Con Air, probably. I've never seen Con Air.
You've never seen Con Air?
Yeah.
See, that is my favorite Nicolas Cage movie.
I know it is. That's why I said it.
Oh, dude, I love Con Air.
Just so we wouldn't fight, I said
watched
Con
that
Air.
movie. I was way too young to be watching that kind of movie too, because like it's not like super bad. I mean, we've all seen it, but like also when you're like, I don't remember how old I was, honestly. I was probably too young to be watching that movie. It's not really that bad, but regardless, is your favorite seriously?
No, it's the Croods.
The Croods, the Croods too. On the tomato meter, on Rotten Tomatoes, you know what his #1 movie is?
Oh. No.
The Unbearable Weight of Massive Talent.
It's a good movie.
Apparently, that is his #1 movie on the tomato meter. That's insane, dude. Spoilers. I like this movie. We'll get into it. But regardless, he's been in better stuff. Let's be real. Face Off is #6. That's how you know this is bullshit. I didn't watch Pig.
Spider-Man
Into the Spider-Verse is #2. He was like a supporting actor in that, though.
He was
Teen
Noir
Titans
Batman.
Go, the movie?
Yeah.
Is #8? Okay.
Wait, hold on. So which
This
one
is
Kick-Ass?
bullshit.
Which one is Kick-Ass? That's got to be on the list.
Yeah, I'm sure it's on the list. Matchstick Men, that was a pretty good movie.
I was gonna say that's probably one of
That's number 17. I remember watching that movie and the ending being like, oh. Number 20 is Kick-Ass.
That's so horseshit.
Yeah, this is The Rock, number 26. That's a great flick too. I remember reading this whole conspiracy theory that Sean Connery's character in The Rock was actually the same character as, because he used to be 007.
Huh.
This was actually him as 007. It was like a whole, like, they put so many things together, and it honestly kind of made sense.
It looks like.
Yeah, I mean, Willy's Wonderland. That was the name of the movie.
Willy's Wonderland. That was a good one.
Yep. Con Air, number 42. Wow, now you're just killing me.
Dude,
Angry. Dude, Drive Angry on the tomato meter is number 46, and National Treasure is number 47. That's how you know this is bullshit. Drive Angry fucking sucked, dude.
All I'm saying is
that was The Sorcerer's Apprentice, number 48. Snake Eyes is 49. This is stupid.
Yeah, this is why we don't trust. We go off of our own.
I know, but I was kind of wondering. Next is number 56. That's funny. Ghost Rider, the first one. Gone in 60 Seconds is number 60. Dude, this is such bullshit. Wow. 8mm.
Okay,
number
well, you're just. I'm gonna stop you. Okay.
Okay, go ahead. Sorry.
Just stop. While I was looking at the filmography on IMDb, I know. I know.
I'll just laugh at that. You ever heard of the movie Left Behind?
Yeah.
This is my grandpa. My grandpa was highly religious. He passed away. R.I.P. This is my mom's dad. He loved the Left Behind book. Like, you know what they're about. During the rapture, God comes down, takes all.
I've seen This Is the End. Yeah.
Going down there, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Similar. Okay.
Well, I mean, it's the apocalypse.
So it was a set of books, and they made the movie. There was actually 2 movies. There was another version of that movie with
That's the one with that evil grandma in the diner that turns into a demon.
No, that was
your baby's gonna die.
Called The Omen,
or Legion. Because that had Paul Bettany as the angel of whatever.
Oh, with the
and he was bald.
I remember what you're talking about, but I don't remember what it's called. But anyways,
it's a good movie.
Left Behind is number 87 on here. That's the most accurate thing I've seen on here because that movie is terrible. I remember watching that.
Anyway, going back to what I was trying to say.
Go back to what you were saying.
Untitled Joe Exotic Project, 8 episodes on Nic Cage's IMDb.
Yeah, I heard about that. That's going to be coming out. Wait.
It says in 2022. It's in post-production.
Yeah, and then the Carol Baskin is that one chick from SNL.
Oh, yeah, I know.
I heard about that, but is that the same thing or is that different?
Could be the same thing. I'm going to click on it and see where it goes.
Oh.
More to explore.
Also,
it has nothing. It just has nothing.
Okay, well.
It's still in the writing process. But it exists.
There was a trailer I watched for it not too long ago. Yeah, there's a trailer for it. Joe versus Carol is the name of it. It's a series.
With apparently
TV miniseries.
8 episodes. Anyways, moving on. So we watched The Unbearable Weight of Massive Talent. I have been trying to I tried to get Garrett to watch this in theaters when it first came out. I was like, look, figure it out and we'll go watch it in theaters. Because this was one of the only movies that we would watch in theaters other than me just going to the movie theaters to watch fucking Harry Potter. Because you absolutely refuse to go to the movie theater.
I still I can't tell you. You told me you were like, hey, I'm going to do Harry Potter by myself and everything else. And I know it may have sounded like I was being a smartass. Thanks for not asking. I appreciate that so much.
Hey, I knew you weren't going to watch it.
No.
I don't know if you listened to my episode, though.
I did listen to about half of it. I didn't listen to the last half. So here's my issue, okay?
You have an issue with my podcast?
No, I don't have an issue with your podcast. I have an issue with Hyundai Motor Vehicles. Hyundai.
Did the Bluetooth stop working in your car?
Hyundai single-handedly fucked me left and right. Let me tell you a story. I purchased a 2018 Hyundai Santa Fe. The Bluetooth works, okay? The Bluetooth does work. My Android Auto cuts out consistently in that vehicle, Not even to mention, a month after I bought it, my engine was recalled, and they have just been tugging and pulling and butt-fucking me, dude.
Hey, that's probably why you're getting such great sleep. You know, they're jerking you off.
Pretty much, dude. Like, it has been, but yes, no. So that is why I haven't listened to it, because I did listen to it. I get 10 minutes, and then it goes, podcast not working. And I'm like, bullshit. It does the same thing with my phone calls.
So if you actually enjoy that, I actually tore the movie apart for about 30 minutes.
I think I listened to the part where you were talking about, like, no, I just got through your likes. I'm thinking about it. I never got
to my
your
dislikes.
Ooh. Was it a lot?
There was a lot.
Oh, I actually remember that now, because I remember looking at it like as you were going through your dislikes, and I'm like, fuck, dude, I think he's still 45 minutes in, and there's still like 20 minutes left. Good one.
There was a lot of dislikes.
That explains what all that is.
So I'm not getting into it. If you want to listen to my episode of the podcast, please. It's the one right before this. It's number 17, season 2. It's a great one.
You want to listen to any of our podcasts?
Actually, hold on, just 2 seconds. We're keeping the podcast going. Keeping the podcast.
What are we doing? If you want to listen to any of our podcasts, go to oh shit, dog. What have you done? Those boobs? No, I'm just kidding. Oh, wow. Okay.
Sorry for everybody that's watching the podcast and listening. There was dead air.
That was just
there, showing him.
There's a lot of dislikes here. Wow, I'm surprised. I figured you like. My mom was trying to get me to watch it, and I just kept telling her no, and she just kept saying, "But you need to watch it." I was like, "No." Anyways, you want to listen to any of our previous podcasts? Go to anywhere you listen to podcasts, or simply go to the bio wherever you're listening to this or watching right now. It's in there.
Good burp.
Or our Instagram page.
It's true.
Go there. Link in the bio.
Watch it on YouTube.
Link tree, all of our stuff. While you're here, if you made it this far, please hit that like and subscribe button. We would highly appreciate it.
Definitely would.
Besides that,
dude, we've rambled for. I miss these kind of podcasts.
I know.
Where we just kind of like
in a while.
Ramble.
Yeah. Okay, but we have a job to do.
We have a job to do.
Do the job.
Focus.
We're here to talk about the unbearable weight of massive talent,
starring Nic Cage.
We're gonna go down the list. Obviously.
Let's just hit the main 4 people in this movie.
Let's go. Came out in 2022. Dude, IMDb, why do you never put the actual fucking name, like the actual date it comes out? I like to give people that information. All right, regardless. Came out in 2022. It has an R rating. Has a runtime of 1 hour and 47 minutes. And, dude, does that time just blow by, honestly.
Such a good movie.
Directed by Tom Gormican?
Gormican.
Gormison.
Gormison?
I don't know. Written by Tom Gormison and Kevin Eaton.
Eaton.
You get that. We're just going to go down the top actors that were in this.
I got this.
Go right on ahead, dude.
In spot number 1, we've got Nicolas Cage, who's best known for his work in National Treasure.
As Nic Cage with a K. Nic Cage.
We've got Pedro Pascal, who starred in Boba Fett.
Mandalorian. He had his own show.
But he had 3 full episodes in the Book of Boba Fett.
I mean, that was really his show.
I mean, you're not wrong. We have Tiffany Haddish, the woman that peed and got famous somehow. That's a fair fact.
What?
Yeah.
I know nothing about this. I've seen this girl in like a couple movies.
So, anybody that knows Garrett personally, just go ahead and skip the next like 30 seconds, 45 seconds. Anybody that knows me, we'll talk about it later. So yeah, please don't Google that on my computer.
I already did.
She was either...
I just looked up Tiffany Haddish pee.
There was either something where she was peeing or just flicking it. And she got super famous off of that.
Peeing accident. There is a video.
There is a video. Go ahead and click on the video.
Here.
Oh.
Hold on. Don't want to get a copyright strike. Don't want to get a copyright stripe.
I don't want to get peed on by Tiffany Haddish.
This is a peeing accident official first looking trailer. This is
that. Ignore that then.
That's
so
not it.
There was something. Either it was a skiing trip.
Oh my gosh, girls trip. This is a trailer for that, and this girl just peed on everybody.
There was either a skiing thing or she was just doing it to do it, but like she pissed on a bunch of people, and then just got super famous over it. Yeah, just like they were below, she was above, peed on them. It was either that or she was flicking the old bean and just squirted all over a bunch of people.
I gotta be.
I don't know.
To be quite honest, I don't see any of what you're saying.
It was literally in an interview with her.
Car accident reveals her stepfather struggle of caring
anyways.
for her mother. Wow, these are all very tragic. I feel bad for saying any of these things.
Anyways,
Really
moving
just
on.
went through a
We
hard
had
time.
Neil Patrick Harris in this movie, just for a little bit. A little bit of NPH never hurts. Demi Moore was in it very briefly. The other enjoyable comic relief in this movie was Ike Barinholtz, which I may be pronouncing his last
Ike
name wrong.
Barinholtz, yeah, that's right.
But like, man, do I enjoy that guy?
He's funny.
You
know what show he used to be on that I absolutely love?
I have no idea.
Favorite show of all time.
The Mindy Project.
Mad TV.
Was he on Mad TV?
Oh yeah, he was on Mad TV for quite a few seasons.
The only one that I can remember is the really tall guy that
Michael McDonald.
That's it. I almost said Norm McDonald, but Michael McDonald.
I don't think there's any relation there.
I don't think so
or
either.
with Ronald McDonald, I feel like they're just
There could
three
be.
separate entities.
That one could exist. Anyways, that is the I'm just gonna say the
Sharon,
main.
Let's do his wife, Sharon Horgan, as Olivia, which was his wife, and then Lily Mosheen as Addie Cage, which was his son or daughter.
Son.
I'm sorry.
Son.
I'm sorry, Lily Mo. Daughter. That's my bad.
I feel like
That was
this
actually
woman.
an accident. That's pretty much it, though. That's it. That's the movie. Did you? And then Paco Leon as Lucas Gutierrez. So that was his cousin.
Gutierrez.
Yeah, I put a little accent in that. That was good.
Gutierrez. Gucci.
All right.
Harris.
Done.
Oh,
man,
dude,
I
you're fine.
apologize.
Yeah, that's where I remember her. So she was in a TV show that's super enjoyable. It's got that weird bald guy from. Anyways, it's called The Increasingly Poor Decisions of Todd Margaret. I've had a conversation with you about the TV show, but it's like
I've ever even heard of that.
a British comedy. It had David Cross and Will Arnett in it, but like he had like this energy drink / muscle milk that he was trying to promote that actually just got a whole bunch of people sick.
Fight milk.
And exactly. But Will Arnett was there to promote it with him, but like he would only appear in like one episode for like 2 seconds and that was it. And Sharon Horgan was in it as one of like the love interests. That's the only thing I've ever seen her in. But anyways, moving on. New year, new me, new episode. I didn't take notes because
All of those things. Do you want me to go first then?
I mean, if you want to give me a little bit of a refresher, I remember it, but
I'll go first.
new year, new you.
Okay.
You want a close up?
Same year, same me. I did take notes on a regular piece of paper, like I said. What did I love about this movie? Honestly, like I already said earlier, kind of spoiler alert, fucking love this movie.
It was a good movie.
I have not watched a movie and laughed this hard in a very long time, honestly.
I'm just jumping in on you. I'm feeding
It's
off
fine.
of you.
Go ahead.
I have not quote unquote LOL'd in in the
Honestly,
longest time.
And I haven't in a really long time
There was
watching
like
movies, but
6 scenes.
I fucking
Just made me die.
Pretty much like the beginning was kind of like okay, and then as soon as he met Pedro Pascal's character, it was like, and they had just the best on-screen chemistry and just this bromance between them.
Yeah,
and it was so fucking hilarious, dude.
I honestly didn't expect it.
When they tripped acid and went into the town, that was the funniest part of the whole movie to me.
Just because
then they start getting off. They're literally. What did I say about it? They were literally. Oh yeah, I said just 2 drugged out paranoids, dude, exaggerating everything, which really is what happened. Like,
I mean, yeah, no.
It's like and then those guys are looking at us.
If you remember, just from everybody that's seen the trailer with that whole over the wall scene.
Yeah, that was
part of their LSD trip. But like the dude that was just like, I think they were both. There was like a redhead dude and just a normal guy.
Bald dude. Yeah.
just sitting on a park bench, and then they're like
looked at them,
and then they looked at him, and then he was like, "We have to go.
Yeah.
There are people here watching us.
People are watching us." He's like, "Oh
And
shit,
then
what do I do?" And he's
they
like,
fucking ran.
He said, "We're gonna get up real slowly, and we're gonna run on 3, 1." And then
he just fucking ran. And then I don't remember if they hopped the wall and then they saw the dude.
They hopped the wall, and then they saw 2 other people that looked
nothing like
Nothing like them.
one was bald.
It was a bald guy and another redheaded guy, but it was totally different people.
And they were eating ice cream.
Run again, and then fucking his character gets hit by a car and everything.
No, because he was like, you have to drive. You're the best driver. Have you seen? And then I don't.
Oh,
remember.
because he said during the documentary of Gone in 60 Seconds, they said that you did all your own stunts, and Nicolas Cage is like, yeah,
that's high praise. I'll drive. And then he fucking backs up into a car.
Hits a car and then wipes out three bikes. Dude, that whole fucking sequence was just so funny. And it's just comical. Okay, Nicolas Cage did an amazing job as his character, which I read that he even had to review footage of himself to play himself because he based the character off of okay, so obviously he's Nicolas Cage, okay, but he's in a fictional version of Nicolas Cage. In real life, Nicolas Cage has been married multiple times. He doesn't have a daughter. He only has sons. I think 2 with a third one on the way. Kudos. Anyways, regardless, did you know one of his sons' name is Kal-El too?
Kal-El.
Mm-hmm. Superman.
What?
Named his son Kal-El.
That might have been around the time when he actually. How old is Kal-El? Do you know?
Whenever he was going to be in that Superman movie that he made bank off of and didn't even have to do it. Yeah, that's probably the one, honestly.
Yeah, because he's like,
he probably loves.
I've got a son. I'm gonna name him Kal-El.
I'm not gonna try.
That's anyways, my best making.
That was a good one though.
That's my.
Anyways,
best.
Regardless, just
that's high praise, man.
He did such a good job, but Pedro Pascal plays the most perfect fanboy of him. And then I don't know, like I just said, their relationship throughout the movie, Pedro Pascal's character, absolutely love him. And you're watching it, and he's got these CIA agents that are telling him he's such a bad person, kidnapped somebody, he's a gun runner and everything else. And you're watching it and you're like, dude, I don't want this to be true.
Yeah.
Because I love you.
Yeah.
You're doing such a good job. You're such an enjoyable character to watch and everything else. And thankfully, he wasn't. Spoiler alert.
He wasn't.
It was his cousin. So that made me happy.
And his cousin, he just puts on the Mandalorian armor and looks at Nic Cage. He's like, I can bring you in warm or I can bring you in cold.
He treated Nic Cage like his baby Yoda. His Grogu.
I have nothing but high praise. Just jumping in on something.
Yeah,
you're probably gonna bring it up at some point, but whenever he fanboys and he's like, "Have you read my script?" And Nic Cage has not, and then they're like, "Let's just write our own script."
Yeah.
The amount of time it seemed like in the movie where either they tripped acid or whatever to write this script seemed very reasonable, but coming from 2 personal standpoints of men who have wrote scripts for a minute-long thing, that took almost a week and a half of constant work for us to come up with a minute and a half of actual.
I feel like let's be real. Obviously, Nicolas Cage, even though he's just playing a fictional character, has more knowledge about movies than we do and everything else. He's a movie buff.
We know nothing.
We are, but he's been there, done it, and everything else. But regardless, I think in the span, it probably took him about 3 days to do it. Probably about 3 days.
I would assume most of it's kind of
But then in the end, they're talking about this movie and everything else, and they just write a movie of their experience.
Yeah, they literally write.
That was it,
Well, that was cool, though.
It was cool. We watched it. It
was weird at the end of the movie.
It was a movie within a movie at the end.
Yeah, because it was weird because then just Demi Moore's there, and I was like, wait a minute.
It's funny
what
for
happened?
Me at that part because it's Nicolas Cage playing Nicolas Cage playing. It was the inception.
It was Nicolas Cage playing Nicolas Cage
playing
Nicolas
Cage. Yeah, it was.
That's high praise. Just you have John Travolta as Nic Cage.
So I did read that they were gonna have a lot more cameos. Jim Carrey was gonna be there. I think it said Travolta. I may be wrong. So many people were gonna be in this movie, but COVID.
Yeah.
They were also going to shoot at a lot more different places. I think they had a whole scene for New York and all this other stuff, but COVID. So they solely shot it on that whatever island it was. I can't remember.
It looked like Costa Rica or something like that. I don't remember.
That's probably accurate. I'm not 100% sure.
I'm pretty sure I remember the little...
So I watched this on Amazon. I bought it on Amazon and watched it. I think you did.
You bought it?
You couldn't rent it on Amazon. It wouldn't let me.
Oh, you know what? I bought it somewhere.
I tried. I was like sitting there trying to do it, and I was like, but I don't want to buy it. I
But
just
you
want to
own
rent
the
it.
movie now, right?
I own it. I
Best
own it.
$20 you ever
Yeah.
spent, right?
No,
No?
no, because I'm gonna explain why. Because then as I was reading after I finished it, if you buy it on DVD, it has all the deleted scenes, and there's a lot of fucking deleted scenes. I want it. I'm like, fuck, gonna have to buy it. Gonna have to buy it twice. Gonna have to buy it digitally
You
and
just
physically.
refund Amazon, 30
Can
days?
you after you've seen it? I feel like they have some sort of system where they're like, "No, motherfucker, you can't just refund it because you didn't like the movie. You watched it."
I'm just gonna say this, and I'll take.
That should be a streaming services thing. If you got past the halfway mark, they won't refund it. But if you didn't, then they'll refund it.
Maybe. I know, like with Steam for video games and stuff, you have 4 hours to play that game, and if you realize like, hey, you don't like it, refund it. But if you play it for more than that 4-hour mark, nope, no refund.
Take with the movie. Halfway mark, you own it. Not halfway, you can refund it. It was shit,
Yeah, but like,
Maybe.
okay, so what happened is I learned that Amazon does refund purchases because I wanted to watch. No judgment here. I wanted to watch the Harry Potter movies in chronological order.
I thought you were gonna say I wanted to watch Paddington 2.
I wanted to watch Paddington and Paddington 2. I wanted to watch the Harry Potter movies in chronological order, but no streaming service had them until like 3 months ago when HBO got it. And
That's what I was gonna say. HBO's had it.
This was like 2 years ago when I was like, I don't have the DVDs. I can't just go to an Amazon or Walmart and find them. So I bought them on Amazon, but there was just like the normal version, and then there was the extended version.
Oh, okay.
And I accidentally bought just the regular version of all of them.
Wanted the extended.
And I wanted the extended, so I watched like the last 2 back to back, and then I was like, "Fuck, there's extended versions," because it's like up next. Do you want to watch the extended version? Pay for it now. And so I got a hold of Amazon and refunded all 7 of them, and I had to all 8 of them. I had to call Amazon and explain to them these were my last. They went through all of my purchases with me. And I made some wild ones. They're like, did you buy this yodeling pickle? I was like, yes, it was for a joke. They're like, did you buy this $8 inflatable sex doll? I was
did
like,
you buy the 12-inch
helium.
Patriot dildo with vibrating shot cock on it?
No, me and a buddy bought like an $8 inflatable sex doll on Amazon, and we were gonna take it to a Dollar General to see if they would fill it up with helium for us. Like I'd pay for
just let it go.
Yeah, that's the idea. That's what was gonna happen.
Motherfuckers are in space. Like
it showed up. We went to go and do it. It weighed too much, and the helium wouldn't like make it float.
I heard that the next shuttle they're gonna do to space and everything is only gonna be women. So there's no fucking.
Who wouldn't want a baby in space? Was there a baby born in space?
I don't think so. But at the same time, it's like you don't think women fuck each other.
They don't
maybe not, but could you imagine being in NASA and being like, I want to go to the space? No, you're lesbian. That's fucked up. No,
but like you don't want babies in space. Like, hey, when were you born? Where were you born? I was International Space Station.
Birth in space from somebody who's actually seen childbirth firsthand.
You couldn't push. Okay. It would just be there, right?
You push and you go backwards.
you just hear that.
The baby comes out and everybody's fumbling to grab him. You're like fucking pulling the umbilical cord to get him back down.
She pushes, kind of gets wrapped around, and then it does like the comical swing.
When my daughter was born, whenever she actually, shot out of my wife, and I say shot out because she shot out of my wife.
Yeah, I've never seen childbirth.
There was like, okay, so at this point in time, I'm up on my wife, at the top of the bed, and
you don't want to be at the bottom. You don't want to be in the splash
zone. I already
zone.
saw what was transpiring before because the doctors were like, "Hey, come take a look at your child,"
and it looks like a meatball pasta is exploding out of
that, dude. If you're a doctor and you're listening to this, and it's gonna get a little
graphic,
so
censor close up.
Okay, you're a doctor, and you're conceiving, you're getting someone's child and everything, and they're at the 10th way mark, a 10th of the way, and you go to get the husband, and you say, "Hey, Dad, you want to come see the top of your baby's head? You want to see your hair? You want to see?" And of course the dad's like, okay,
You got to power
Okay.
wash that shit first.
I want to be there for my wife. I don't want to act like I'm grossed out. I want, this is my child coming into the world and everything else.
Happy Father's Day, by the way.
So if you that happened too. If you if you tell the dad to come do that, just stop what you're doing, because the exact scenario happened to me where the doctor said, "Come see Dad," and I said, "Okay," and I round the corner and I just see my wife's vagina and just the top of my child's head. And hair. And the doctor starts playing with the hair. My wife's in pain and everything. And she's just touching the hair. And she says, "Do you want to feel it?" I said, "I'm good." And I fucking went back over to my wife. Didn't watch anything else down there.
Can I just ask?
Don't do that to dads. We don't need to see that part.
Is there a poop bucket involved in childbirth? Do they have like something
There
underneath?
is like a bucket,
like
a
the little
bedpan, but like huge for
Yeah.
just everything.
Oh, okay,
like
cool.
The placenta and everything
I
else.
told
But
somebody that there was a poop bucket involved in birth, and they're like, it's not an actual bucket, but it's like a pan.
women poop a lot during birth.
Yeah.
That's like a normal thing. If my wife pooped, I don't know. But regardless,
No, after
when my
tickling.
child came out, though, sorry, she just said she was just feeling it and fucking playing with my daughter's hair.
Dude, that's so fucking weird.
Regardless, so when my child came out, and like I said, when I say my child shot out. And an explosion of juices. Like, I'm looking at my wife. This is happening over here.
Yeah.
And it.
Oh.
Yeah. That actually happened. Like, I'll show you pictures later.
No,
not
no,
like that. No,
Don't even
not
want
like
to.
that.
Okay.
It's after my child was born and my wife's holding her, fully clothed and everything else. But you can see the juices around. Like, it's like something out of a fucking cartoon.
It's like you move and then
it's like,
there's the paint.
Somebody got spray painted or whatever, and then there's just the outline. It's like that. You probably see one of like me, my nose, and
You're
everything.
just fucking throwing up.
I did that like a champ though. I got through that whole thing. Happy Father's Day to all the dads
Happy
out there. By the way.
Father's Day.
It's late, but
Give your
it is
kids a
what it is.
little.
All right, yeah. Just walk up behind them and do that. And if they turn around and say "Doc," or they just,
That's so weird.
you'll know that they knew that. It's just a weird thing to do. Don't do that, doctors. Okay, back to my likes about this movie. The Paddington Bear scene was hilarious. Like I said, the whole fanboying out thing, and then leading up to the top 3 movies or whatever.
When he was like,
they're really
"What's your
getting to
favorite
know each other.
movie?" And he was like,
Well, because first he said Con Air, number 3.
that was number 3.
And the second one was
I don't remember.
Doctor something. Yeah, it's some movie I've never heard of.
It's a French-inspired film.
I think it's like some German movie or something, black and white.
I think it's French, but it could be German. Anyways, it's an old movie.
Regardless, and then he keeps dancing around it and everything else. And Nic Cage is like, "What the fuck is your favorite movie? Quit dancing around. Just tell me." And he goes, "Have you ever seen Paddington Bear?" he said Paddington 2. And he's like, "How do you go from this to Paddington 2?" And he's like, "You've never seen it?" He goes, "I cried the whole movie. It made me want to become a better man." And then they watch it. They're both bawling their eyes out and everything. And I laughed at the end too. Whenever he asked his daughter, like, "We'll watch what you want to watch," and she's like, "Have you ever seen Paddington 2?" And you see his eyes start tearing up and everything. Because he's like, "Yes, I have seen Paddington 2."
My favorite movie.
Like I said, did not expect it to be that good. Exceeded all my expectations so much. The acid scene, absolutely hilarious, and just it was awesome. I didn't. The whole movie, the scenery, beautiful. Okay, the story, awesome.
Oh,
awesome. And that was one of the things I was worried about was like, you read the tagline of like what this movie's about and everything else, and it kind of seems kind of lame. But then you really watch it and you get in there and you're like, holy shit, this is so funny. And from now on, well, I don't want to say from now on because Nicolas Cage has been in a lot of good stuff too that wasn't funny. But I think he should just do funny movies. Honestly, movies like this. He was so funny. Oh my God, that's what it was. That's what I forgot. when he snuck into the room and he's installing the cameras. You remember? And then the guy's coming, and the CIA agent tells him to put the strip on his hand, and they're like, "Don't touch yourself." And he walks out, and they're like, "Hide somewhere," and he's like, "Okay, I just touched my head." He starts trying to, or he starts falling asleep and everything, and he's like, "Okay, wake up," and he slaps himself, and he's like, "Fuck." Dude, that was so funny. That was immediately when I started laughing my fucking ass off at that. When he just did that little hair slide thing. I think I just touched my head. What do you mean you think you touched your head? I don't think I touched my head. It was hilarious. But no, overall, this movie, I loved it. It was absolutely funny. I do have some dislikes. I'm going to let Tyler, if he has anything else to add to the likes.
I'm trying to find that Nic Cage movie.
What is it about?
No, I was trying to find out what his favorite movie was.
Oh, the movie that he was talking about during that?
But I cannot remember what it was called. Honestly, it was some weird French movie.
I'm probably gonna watch. But this movie, definitely.
As far as my likes and dislikes, or my likes were you already said most of them. Mm-hmm. But yeah, no. Whenever Tiffany Haddish and Ike's character, the two CIA agents, were like, he didn't come off the plane. I think that's Nic Cage. And he's like, from Croods? He's like, I'm a 42 fucking year old man. Why the fuck would you say the Croods?
Because I think he said something else, and she said some movie, I don't remember. And I don't think he was in it. No, but like whenever they were just talking or whatever.
Oh, and then
he was like, no, he wasn't in that or whatever. And then that's whenever she walked up to him and was like, "Oh my God, Nicolas fucking Cage, I love you." And she said that, she watched the Croods too. And she's like, "You ever seen it? I'm a 44-year-old man. Why the fuck would I watch that movie?"
It was just, I enjoyed their little bit of banter.
He's funny. Yeah.
Back and forth.
That's funny.
That was really nice. And then, I'm trying to think off the top of my head. One of the things, like you said, when they were like, "He's such a bad guy," I was like, this is like the nicest guy I've ever met. And like you could tell,
see Pedro Pascal playing a bad character, like a evil character is what I mean. Not like that, but honestly, I haven't seen him in too much.
What's the Tuxedo movie, The Kingsman, the second Kingsman. He actually played a bad guy with like an electric whip or something like that. He was a bad guy.
Oh, I didn't know
that movie.
I didn't remember whenever we did the new one. I didn't watch the.
I watched like half of that on TV, but I remember seeing Pedro Pascal in that. So could be wrong, but that's the only bad guy I've seen him be. Other than that, you've pretty much touched on all the likes. I'm sure I'll think of something later, but not right now. You want to move on to your dislikes?
Dislikes. The scene where they're leaving the compound, whatever you want to.
Compound V.
The CIA lady tells him, like, "Hey, come to me. Like, you just have to come here, or whatever. They took your daughter, blah, 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 blah."
Mm-hmm.
And they go there, and they're on their way up the staircase. And then they're just having a firefight up.
Yeah.
You would have heard those shots.
The suppressed shots from the suppressed gun?
That was not a suppressed gun. She just had a gun.
I thought that was suppressed.
No, it was just a gun.
I don't know.
But then every time they took a shot, which they shot each other like a lot,
Twice.
She shot the one dude, then she got shot, then she shot the other dude 2 times. So like 4 shots. Regardless, one is enough to be able to hear it from outside the building, let alone inside the building going up the staircase. I understand.
I don't know if that's accurate. Movie. It's a stone building. Like it's
a movie. Regardless, I get that.
Stone building.
Okay. I understand. I'm just saying, be a little more realistic. Have suppressors on them.
Yeah.
Make us think like.
I really thought all of them had suppressors.
Because immediately that's what I thought too. They just regular guns.
Maybe I need to rewatch that part.
The girl that was captured looked like Dora the Explorer.
She did.
Yeah. First time I saw her, I was like, "That's Dora the Explorer."
I didn't like
why she's watching Con Air at the beginning. Yeah. And then every time I saw her, I was like, "That's Dora the Explorer."
Because at the very, I'm gonna jump on your dislike train. Because when I got on, when when we started watching the movie,
Uh-huh.
and I was like, what is the point of this? Like, she had no relevance, but like mentions of her, and I didn't even know what her name was.
I didn't
And so when I
understand the
saw
point of her
her-
either. They just kept saying he stole a girl, and I'm like,
And then when you see her at the end, you're like,
yeah.
oh, that's the girl that was like smoking with her boyfriend or something like that. And they were about
watching
to fuck.
Con Air.
It was like Taken, but like with Colombians.
It was Taken, and then they were playing that song from Con Air, and then she just got knocked the fuck out.
Dude, she
Yeah.
did too.
Yeah, that was
got
funny though.
fucking
I laughed. Yeah, I didn't like that she looked like Dora the Explorer though. Whole time I saw her,
Is
I'm
what
like,
it is.
Backpack.
Can you say backpack? You see the bad guy?
That's all I got for
Where?
dislikes though.
Where is the bad guy? Is he
Swiper,
over
no
there?
swiping.
Can
Pretty
you
much.
say, ¿Dónde está es biblioteca?
You said donde están los drogos?
Can you say vatos con queso? That
know, I
means
took, like-
friends with cheese.
I took like 3 years of Spanish, and I don't remember shit.
I know nothing from except for what Dora the Explorer taught me.
Hola.
That's it. And boots.
I can probably say that I've learned more from Dora the Explorer, and here's why. Before anybody says anything, my daughter watches it. Thank you.
Fair enough. Okay.
And it happens.
My dislikes.
Oh, you had to.
I just had the.
Go ahead. Just start. For your dislikes.
Well, now I've been backed into a corner. I don't remember.
You started off so strong. You said
Yeah, I know.
my dislikes.
Yeah, I know. I had it and then I lost it because there was one thing in particular when Nic Cage was singing the birthday song at the
Oh,
piano
yeah, that was a terrible song.
during like his daughter's birthday. He just kind of like shows up and is like, "I want to sing you a song."
Everybody gather around. I sound
Yeah.
country when I
You-
do Nic Cage.
You guys remember when you were a little baby and we?
You
I
remember-
went country with it as soon
You
as we.
remember? Yeah, you kind
As I pray.
You do that. It's like a mix between like country, not really country, but like
I
don't
feel
know how to
like
explain it.
Nic Cage is like an American Liam Neeson.
When he raises his voice, well, like Liam Neeson, but also I can kind of hear a hint of like Matthew McConaughey.
Yeah, that's the
Yeah.
thing.
But you see what I'm saying though? Like,
As I pray.
yeah,
Oh.
told you. Yeah, it's there. There's a little bit of Matthew McConaughey in there.
It's like
Yeah.
Liam Neeson and Matthew McConaughey, but more deep and gravelly. So it'd be like,
It's up. It's hard. I praise.
you know, that's a thank you very much. No, that was Elvis. That was Elvis. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Regardless, the scene where he plays the piano.
Yeah, and he
you
was
didn't
like,
that.
"Hey, baby girl, you remember when we went on this road trip and we slept in the car to watch the sunrise in Colorado?" And he's just playing like this ungodly song. I don't
He's
know
bad.
why, but
He made it up on the spot. His daughter called him out for it later. You made that up on the spot.
hated that. Just
Yeah, no,
that
that was
whole
bad.
thing of Nic Cage getting drunk and just like,
That was funny.
I hated that. But that's the only thing that I disliked about this movie. And I get that he was just wanting an attention at the birthday party.
Originally, they were gonna have like at the beginning when he's talking to that one actor, which that one actor, or
Are you talking about
well,
Neil Patrick Harris?
no, the guy sits down and wants to do the
Oh,
table.
yeah.
That is an actual famous director, and I can't remember his name for the life of me. But they originally were gonna have Quentin Tarantino be him, but Nicolas Cage was like, bring in this guy because that guy has done. I think it's like 1 or 2 other movies with Nicolas Cage as a director, and he really likes him. I think one of them's like The Weatherman. I may be wrong. It could be another movie.
The Wicker Man?
No, definitely not that one.
Oh, okay.
The Weatherman is like the exact opposite of that. Regardless,
the trees.
something
pollinating the
Regardless,
bees.
it was like because he said in an interview like some other movies done. I can't remember is like an accurate depiction of his life, of like how he feels about his life. Like this, he plays himself and everything else, but obviously this is not actually him and everything. But regardless, that it's the same director that was in this. Also, I wrote this down, but I would not forget. This was his 100th movie he's been in. 100th movie.
Well, I mean, I'm sure there's other actors that have done 100 movies.
No, I'm not saying, no, there's not other actors.
I praise.
But regardless, it's a good movie.
It's a great
You
movie.
do 100.
100 movie. You know,
the
100
100
movie.
mark. He timed that perfect. Honestly, maybe that's why he did all these shit movies.
He was like, I'm just trying to get to 100.
100.
Give me to the 100, and then we'll talk.
There's like a deleted scene where like Pedro Pascal is trying to
Let's do Face Off 2.
He tells him to do his like most favorite movie line or something, or he tells him to act, and he obviously does one of Nicolas Cage's favorite movie lines, or one of his movie lines, if I could talk. And then he's like teaching him like how to do it and everything else. I can't remember the lines. Hey, who? Asshole. Hey, who? It was pretty funny. Sorry. I watched it on YouTube. I was trying to, because like I said, I read that there was deleted scenes. There's like a whole deleted scene where he plays himself in Face Off. He plays himself in, like Memphis and Gone in 60 Seconds. I heard there were so many characters he played of himself, like because he saw himself and everything.
Let's stop right there with that. There was a scene where, just for everybody that has not watched the movie yet, there were scenes where Nic Cage, just like present day Nic Cage, was in the movie, and then there was like 1980s, like 1990s Face Off Nic Cage or Con Air Nic Cage.
It was another specific movies, and I can't remember the name.
Can't remember the name
of it. I've never seen it, but he took the whole wardrobe from and he said he watched all these interviews and heard what the tabloids were saying about him, and that was the character he made, the younger version.
Yeah. Anyways,
so kind of crazy.
There was like a younger Nic Cage hype man of Nic Cage,
like the long hair and everything, like
and
everything. Remember when Nic Cage had like long blonde
It was
hair?
real weird. And then like in one scene, he just made out with himself.
Yeah.
That was
Nic Cage kisses good. Yeah. he's like, say it. I'll have another.
that right there did not like that
Nic
at
Cage
all.
smooch is good.
Nic Cage smooch is good.
Nicolas fucking Cage.
He went on so long with that. Like it's very
reminded me because he hosted that one show,
WWE Raw.
No, curse words or bad words or
Get in the Cage with Nic Cage.
Bad words. Curse words. I think it was like on Hulu or Netflix.
Oh,
it's a show where they go over
the
bad
famous
words.
cuss words or whatever. Yeah,
like
I know.
The first one's fuck, and he says fuck for like pretty much just as long as he did at that part, like maybe even longer. I don't remember, but he's like trying to show all the ways people say fuck and just ripped it out.
Yeah, I did not enjoy that.
It was a good one.
Did not enjoy Nic Cage making out with Nic Cage.
I didn't enjoy him making out with himself. That was kind of weird.
Other than that,
he had his eyes open too.
What?
He had his eyes open.
You looked directly at your wife in her eyes while you were kissing her?
Sometimes.
But like that.
But like just to like make sure, like, you okay? Okay.
You good with this?
Are we okay? Okay.
And then you get a little bit
of... Are we
of...
advancing or is this it?
Just a little bit of...
Doc?
Just all of a sudden a doctor...
Dude, I'm never going to fucking forget that moment.
I mean, you shouldn't. First of all, it's your kid being born. But secondly...
I'm telling you.
The doctor giving you like the NFL
Come
like...
on, Dad. You want to touch it? But the doctor was so straight-faced, too. Just...
Laces out. You gotta keep the laces in.
She looks at me and smiles.
Yeah, no, I don't. No.
It was weird, dude.
They have the tong things or whatever.
I didn't see that.
The slicers.
No, but like any of the moms out there know, the amount of times somebody sticks their fingers and or rest of the stuff up your vagina before you have the baby is because they have to check the
positioning.
No, the
girth.
Ladies, I know you know what it's called, and I apologize.
Dilated.
Yes, that's what it was. I kept wanting to say diameter, and I'm like, that's not right.
I kept thinking diameter.
It's
I was
circumference.
Like,
no, I'm just kidding.
It's close.
Yeah, they have to check the dilation
she's
and everything
36
like that.
centimeters. We could put a football in there.
It's like, I remember one time we went to, my wife is going to get so pissed I'm revealing all this information about her, but
Happy Father's Day.
One time we went to before my child was born because she thought her water broke and everything. Mm-hmm. And this was, I think, two 2 weeks before she actually was born. I can't remember. Regardless, we went to the hospital and everything else because
That's what you do.
thought she was having. Turns out was not. She was not. She was not. I can't talk. I keep wanting to say she's not pregnant. She wasn't pregnant. She was pregnant. Sorry.
9 months pregnant.
She
just like,
was not giving birth to the child at that time, is what I'm trying to say. But regardless, the way they check it,
Yep.
still this much dilated. And she told me when we went.
Just imagine you go in there. Nope. Not good enough.
Where
yet.
we at? Every month, like, okay, no.
Taco Bell. Let's see if you're dilated.
She told me they had a doctor come in.
Like the gynecologist doctor or the baby doctor? Is there a baby doctor?
Pediatrician is like a baby doctor, and a pediatrician.
What?
No, the gyno gives birth. And everything.
Gyno gives birth. Pedia
right?
is after.
I can't remember. They're all doctor. That's how it went. Yeah, that's how it went. Doctor. Thank you, doctor.
Doctor.
You don't. That's all you refer to him as. But regardless, so the main doctor comes in after the nurse and she checked her dilation and everything.
Yeah.
Okay. Before that had happened, the nurse.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah.
And it wasn't till because when the nurse did it, that was the first time I'd ever seen it.
Yeah.
I didn't know that's how you do that. And I was like, whoa, okay. Aggressive is what I thought, but I don't know. I'm not a trained medical professional or anything.
You're a freelance.
It's not my forte.
You just did.
Freelance, exactly.
Sorry, Claudia.
No, but like she did it,
She's
and then
kill us
I watched the doctor do it, and she was much more gentle and everything else.
Yeah.
Well, then they both left at that point. Because like the nurse did it, then the doctor came in right as she had gotten done, and they glove up, get the little, and then go.
Yeah.
But it wasn't until like
the jelly
they had both left, and I asked my wife, I was just like, "Hey, everything's fine," blah 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 blah, and she goes, "That nurse was," and I was like, "Oh my god, it's not just me. I thought she was too." And she goes, "She just got in there," and So another funny story. This is all of my Father's Day tales.
Dude, what are the odds Claudia gets to the, I don't know how long.
My wife's not going to listen to this podcast. She stopped listening to our podcast.
Yeah, I know.
It's not like, I think she just doesn't care. She gets enough of me at home, let's be real.
Then she's like, oh great, I got to listen to Tyler next? Fuck that.
She gets enough of, all right.
That must be nice though, because she gets the brunt end of it. Like, I can't even, I don't talk to Richie about the movies. Like, we'll get done watching it, and I was like, you want to talk about it? He's like, no, I'll just wait to listen to the podcast. Warms my heart.
Oh, she wants to read my notes. I won't let her read my notes.
Just make her.
When I'm writing, I wait till I get done with the movie now, so I don't miss anything when I'm writing my notes and everything. Plus, sometimes I want to write something down, then later I'm like, oh, that's why. Okay, take that off. So I really try to collect everything before I write it down and everything. She, when I'm writing, wants to lean over my shoulder and be like, "What are you writing about this movie?" And I tell her, "I'm not going to write if you're going to do that. Just let me." And she has tried to go through my notebook and look at all my notes so many times, but I will not let her.
Bro, that's probably what happened in your notebook.
That's what I just was thinking. Yeah,
she probably
that's
ran
what
off
happened
with
in my
it.
notebook. She probably
has it. She's like,
it somewhere.
I'm not going to listen to their podcast, but I'm going to read his notes.
If you're watching this and you have my podcast notebook, wife, please give it back. I don't have anything to give. I
don't have any. What would you rate this movie out of 5?
I immediately came up with the number. I did not even think about it. I just immediately threw it out. 4.75.
Yep.
Nic Cage beards.
Yep.
4.75.
Not even gonna argue with it.
Yep.
That's what I was thinking.
4.75.
I was gonna give it a 5,
4.75. I didn't want to give it a total 5 just because
there's better. There's got to be something.
There's it's not for me to watch a movie and be like, wow, this is the greatest movie of all time. Well, no. I mean, we've given 5s. I don't have my notebook, but we've given 5s before.
We've given 5s like they do fucking consolation prizes at a dog fair because that dog looks sick.
Our scores are like, what's that show? Whose Line Is It Anyway?
Yeah.
There's points, but none of them matter.
Yeah.
We did
points on the board, but none of them really matter.
I don't know. Everybody has different opinions as well.
Yeah. We're opinionated is all. We're giving our personal ratings.
Beard and a half opinion reviews.
Yeah, this is Beard and a Half Gyno reviews. Oh, God.
All right. That's it. That's all I got.
All right. For Beard and a Half movie reviews, I'm Tyler.
And I'm Garrett.
Peace out, Girl Scouts.
Thank you for watching.
Oh. Doctor.
You want to hold?
No. It's like in between the cameras. So
I thought it'd be like right, perfect on the camera.
No, because like right here.
Ow, I gotta go far.
Yeah, I stretched out cameras so it doesn't. So you gotta and then you just there we go. You wanna feel that? You wanna? We're done. We're done.
Goodbye.